Hey, what is up, guys? Epic Pokemon TCG here, and welcome back to another edition of Storytime. So I figured in today's video I will do a story that is probably one of the funniest that I have, and just it's so wacky, and it took place when I was so little. So the gameplay pretty much in the background that you're seeing right now is just me messing around with Pokemon TCG Online. I'm just doing a commentary. So if I start misplaying and whatnot, yeah. don't be hating. So looks like we're going against Night March, which is pretty bad. Kind of unfortunate there, but so pretty much this is going to be a video about my first fight ever. And now when I say, oh my god, that's terrible. Now when I say fight, all right, I'm talking like punch and everything. And my first fight actually took place when I was in kindergarten. There was a kid who got held back in kindergarten, which I don't know how the hell you get held back in kindergarten. That's like the saddest thing I've ever heard. But this kid got held back, and he was a bully. And this is where the story gets really generic, actually. Thank God that dude ended me. But pretty much, he would beat me up, and he would take my money. My dad gave me money every day to go get a soda. And he beat the hell out of me, constantly. It was like every day, you know. And I never gave him my money because, you know, Mama didn't raise no bitch. So I'm just messing. I'm messing with you. So pretty much, basically what happened was one day he beat me up too bad, and it showed. And I went to school. No, I went home. Excuse me. I went home and my dad saw my face and he was just like, "What happened?" So I told him, I was just like, you know, this kid, he beats me up all the time and just all this crap. And my dad got so mad. My dad got so mad. He was like, "I can't believe you've been going to school and been getting beat up and losing the money I've been giving you, and you didn't say anything." Now, the reason why I really couldn't say anything was that this kid was like a borderline suck up, honestly. And he would just kiss up all the time to the teachers and everything. And so it was basically one of those things where if you told on him, you know, it just it wouldn't do any good because they wouldn't believe you. Because little innocent, I can't remember the kid's name, little innocent Billy, we'll just call him, you know, can't do no wrong. So like I said, I came home and I was really beaten up one day. So my dad was like, I'm gonna teach you how to box. And I didn't know what that was. You know, I'm a little kid, you know, I played outside all day. So it was the weekend, it was a Friday. So I think we had a 3-day weekend too. I think we didn't go back to school Monday for some reason. But so my dad took me out in the backyard and he was like, alright, I'm gonna show you how to fight. And so he took me in the backyard, and I was god awful. I had horrible reflexes, and it was really bad. So he was like, okay. He said, I'm giving you permission to stay up late. And I was like, huh? All I could say was, huh? And pretty much, so I'm really scared to knock this thing out, because I know that Mew's just going to knock me out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So he's in for 160 right now. That sucks. So pretty much, essentially, what happened was, he said, I gave you permission to stay up late. And what happened there? Oh, he's gonna get the Lysander watch. No. So essentially, what happened there was he took me in the backyard. I sucked, and took me into the bedroom, and he was like, all right, here. He goes, I'm gonna give you these 5 tapes. And what he did was he gave me 5 tapes. And what they were Rocky 1, 2, 3, 4, and Rocky 5. And my job was to watch these movies and study them. And so we did. Yay! Okay. I want this one right here. I want this one. So pretty much, I watched the movies and I stayed up all night and I rested up a little bit. And my dad took me back out in the backyard. He's all right. Show me what you learned. So I mean, where is the chat? There it is. Always be nice to your opponents, ladies and gentlemen. Never forget that. And learn how to close the chat when you're done. There it is. Okay. So anyway, so he sent me on the backyard. And he said, "What did you learn?" Now I fought like he did in Rocky 3, which was really quick, jabs and stuff like that. You know, jab, jab, 1-2, 1-2, 1-2. You know, and throw a big left. So, you know, like my dad held up his hands and I started punching his hands and everything. And he taught me how to hit harder. And you know, just all this stuff, and he pretty much after that he was like, okay, he goes, I'm gonna teach you how to throw better punches. He goes, I'm gonna show you how to take a hit, I'm gonna show you how to stand your ground, and he just showed me all this stuff. And so he worked for it like the whole day. I mean, he just was like flat out just like training to the max. And oh my god, drawing crap right now. So we worked nonstop, and finally I got to where I was like pretty good, you know, like I was able to, like, you know, dance around kind of like a boxer would, you know, and I knew like several combinations and everything. And I went to school, and lunchtime rolls around. Sure enough, here comes homeboy. And you know, homeboy comes up and he starts messing with me, and I was just like, you know, he was like, fork it over, and I said no. He pushed me, and this time I stood my ground. All right, I stood my ground this time, and pretty much from that, this is really bad. Pretty much from that, he punched me in the face. I remember this pretty quickly. He punched me in the face, and then, you know, I like danced around, and then I started throwing jabs, and like I'm like punching this kid like straight in the mouth, you know. And like if you watch like the second fight from Rocky 3, whenever he fought Mr. T, Clubber Lang, how he just started that, he was just like bam, 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 boom, 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 bam. I mean, that's what I was doing with this kid. I was rocking this kid. I mean, I was just throwing hands. Oh man. So you know, I'm whooping this kid's ass. I mean, I'm like, I mean, I'm messing this kid up. And finally, you know, he like grabs me and throws me to a wall. Well, my dad showed me what to do with this too. So I got him, and I hooked my hands up around his throat. I just started squeezing, and then he pulled free from me. So I run up and I start whooping his ass again. I mean, I'm just like knocking this kid around, dude. And what's funny is, like, my dad told me, he said, that kid starts messing with you. He said, I'm giving you permission to fight back. And I was like, uh-oh. He said, I'm giving you permission to fight back. And he was like, you know, just do your thing. And dang. I don't really know what to do with this hand. This is terrible. This is terrible. I don't know what to do. I'm new. I don't know what to do. I'm just gonna grab something and hop to the game. This dude's pretty much got me at this point. There we go. So anyway, I mean, I'm like knocking this kid around, and it's bad. So finally, you know, like, teachers come over and they break us up, and I mean, this kid was like, he was bleeding. And he had, like, his eye, you could tell he was gonna have a black eye. And you know, I flat out, I kicked this kid's ass. I mean, I kicked this kid's ass. It was so funny. Anyway, so, and I'm not condoning fighting. All right, I know fighting, I don't think, is the way to go in a lot of situations. You know, if you're having beef with somebody, you know, or somebody's picking on you, or somebody's bullying you, you should definitely go tell somebody instead of fighting. You know, that's personally how I feel. But anyway, so my dad told me that morning, he said, my kid messes with you, he said, just call me. He said, I'll come get you from school. He said, you're not going to be in trouble. And he even asked the school, he was like, is he been coming to you telling you that, this kid's been messing with him? I'm going to, I'm going to hold off on the chorus. So, they told him, yeah, there's been some problems, but we talked to him. Like, he talked to him. Like, I mean, what's that going to do? So, teachers come break us up. And, watching the first movie, okay, I thought this is what you're supposed to do after a fight. And so, like, I was getting pulled back, and I started, this is no joke, alright? I'm not joking right now, I'm being dead serious. I started going, Adrian! Adrian! I started screaming Adrian at the top of my lungs, and like I even threw the accent with it, and I mean, I was just like, I was so pumped. So, finally, we get taken to the office, and they were like, okay, we're gonna call your mom. And I was like, call my dad. And so they called my dad, and he was like, okay. He said, I'll be there in a minute. So my dad gets to the school, and they want to paddle me. My dad just looked at him and was like, nah, you're not gonna paddle him. Said, they're like, I'm not giving you permission to paddle him or anything. We're like, well, we're gonna have to suspend him then. My dad was like, that's cool. Said, I'll take him home. And they were like, you're not mad at all about this? My dad said, no. He said, I'm not mad about this because you guys have done nothing to stop this kid from messing with my son. And I was just like, wow. I was just like, wow, my dad is like not even playing around right now. He was mad too. Not at me, but at them. And so, let's see. That's fine. So, pretty much after that, so my dad takes, like, we get in the car, and my dad looked at me, and I think they showed my dad a tape of the fight. Like, I think they showed him the cameras of the fight and everything like that. And he asked me, he was like, did you really start screaming Adrian when you won the fight? I was like, was I not supposed to? He just starts laughing. And, like, he was telling my mom about it, And I for real, I messed this kid up. I messed this kid up bad. And, I'm not proud of the fact that, I beat up somebody and I hurt somebody. I'm more proud of the fact that I won the fight more than anything, and I was able to defend myself. And so my dad took me to McDonald's after we got from the school, and I remember my mom came home. My mom was like, "What's he doing here?" And my dad's like, "Oh, he got in a fight," and he just sits there quietly. He just doesn't say anything. He just kind of sits there quietly, and my mom was just like, "Huh?" She's just like, "What?" And I think it's a funny story that I went out and beat the hell out of some kid that was picking on me, and I started screaming, Rocky stuff, and I'm not condoning violence at all. And if you're watching this video and you have someone that's bullying you, you might want to talk to somebody about it. Make sure that the problem is, like, people are aware of the problem and everything, because bullying can and is a very, very, very serious thing, and something that honestly does claim a lot of lives each year, and that's very unfortunate too. Just because it's really sad that when you think about it, there's kids who have taken their lives because people haven't stood up and told them that, or haven't told the person bullying them that it's wrong. And so, honestly, it really upsets me that, like, there's kids who do have to go through that. And I'm not saying what I did was the smart thing to do. I'm just saying, when you think about it and you throw away all the facts that, it was, like, I hurt somebody that said I kicked some kid's ass who apparently has never been, treated like that. It's funny. And honestly, I wish you guys could see it. So I think I'm going against the theme deck. So I don't know what I'm going against right now. Like, I have no idea. See, I mean, it's something that I definitely, you know, don't think. Personally, I don't like violence. I don't like fighting. I enjoy watching stuff like that. You know, like you pop in a Bruce Lee movie, you know, I'm gonna watch it. Or if you know you put on some MMA or you know like just something along that nature, I really enjoy it. But I guess from here on, I'm gonna just kind of give you guys some commentary because I don't know really what I'm like. I don't really know what I'm playing against right now. I guess I could just slash blast my way to victory. But yeah, just think about a little version of me, you know, jumping around boxing and stuff. If you have not seen, okay, if you have not seen Rocky 3, and you have not seen that fight scene, it is like the most ridiculous thing of like how fast he just comes out here and starts decking this dude. And that's pretty much what I was doing. I mean, it was bad. Two prizes left. What will my opponent do? Anyway, guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here. I want to say thank you guys so much for watching, and if you guys have any suggestions about like story time, you're like, hey, you tell a story about this, or like you want to ask me like about a specific event in my life or anything like that, you should definitely do that. Because like ask me about like what was my first, etc. Just something like that. Because I would love to sit here and talk to you guys some more. That's why I wanted to do this commentary, just so I can talk to you guys and let you hear my lovely, wonderful voice and let it seduce your ears and whatnot. I'm just messing with you guys. But thank you so much for watching as this game is coming to an end finally. Poor guy. Just couldn't handle it. Alright, but you guys stay classy, take care, and if you have not seen my Happy Wheels video, I did a video over the game Happy Wheels, so definitely go check that out. I love you, and this is EPTCG, signing out. Take care, guys.